A.J. Brown is still on the Eagles roster, for now at least, as it remains widely speculated that the star receiver will be traded at some point after June 1st. The drawn-out situation has led to many questions for other Eagles players from the media. Here's what quarterback Jalen Hurts said when asked about Brown earlier this week.
If A.J. is traded, how would that affect the offense? How would that affect me?
Picked the right question to sip on, huh? I think for us, we're focused on learning the offense. It really doesn't change in terms of our approach to improve. There's an if. Obviously been a lingering thing, but nothing can replace all the greatness that we achieved together.
And with that, a big hello and welcome to NFL legend and analyst Steve Smith, joining the show for the first time here on First Take. So we have Steve Smith, Stephen A. Smith. This shouldn't be a problem at all, Stephen A.
I just wanted to welcome my brother to the show, number one. Number two, the man with the most beautiful name in football, Steve Smith. What's up, big boy? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing
How you
good.
doing, my brother?
Hey,
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm excited.
It's good to see you. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You look good.
Absolutely. Not as good as you, my brother. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to tee it up for you to start.
Okay.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
Do you see them as being better off with A.J. Brown or trading A.J. Brown?
Well, first of all, I think that is so disrespectful to say that they're better off without him. The acquisition, why he was brought in to elevate the room. Anytime you make a trade, you elevate the room. Does that guy make me better? Hell yeah, he makes them better. Unfortunately, the offense for the Philadelphia Eagles at times has sputtered along. It has at times been average. Sometimes it's been spectacular. But you can't have the emotional roller coaster that you have experienced with the Philadelphia Eagles, with the pay and the expectations that the brotherly love city has so much. So for me, I'm going to say they are not better without him. Over time, just like everything else, people move on, and they're going to have to move on. But he's well beloved in that locker room, in that organization. He's respected. Yeah, some people may not like the way he's aired their dirty laundry, but don't make it seem like he's a headache and he's a problem child, because he's not. Just because he's expecting and expressing that he wants to be better. Right? No one goes to work and say, hey, I want to be fired and be really average today and receive all my payments. So cool. That's not it. So I don't understand why people are so upset at athletes wanting to be good when half of the time the fans are complaining about, you didn't make that catch because of my fantasy team, or you didn't do this because that impacted my betting line. All of that stuff, and all of a sudden now there's a problem. So I'm not buying it, bro.
Stephen A.
Well, first of all, welcome to the show. I say that again because you know what? You started off right. You started off right. If you started off wrong, I was going to have to get on you for the opening salvo. But you didn't give me that ammunition. I'm very, very proud of you, my brother. Way to go. That's number one. Number two, let me put it where the GOATs can get it. They are not better off without A.J. Brown, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't be the right move for him to be gone. And the reason why it might be the right move for him to be gone is because I'm going to say it whereas most people won't. I don't know if A.J. Brown has been treated the way he deserves to be treated. See, we've been walking around acting like this guy, because he's on the sideline and he's reading something, or because he does these cryptic tweets and stuff like that. We've been leaning on that more than we've been leaning on the substance of what he said before they won the Super Bowl championship. He was telling them, this ain't good enough. We got to get our act together. We got to be on our game. Saquon Barkley was having an all-world year. That's true. But he was like, some other stuff is going to have to happen if we going to win the chip. And they got him more involved, and they did that. They paid him $32 million a year for a reason. Last year, after they had won the Super Bowl championship, he's looking at cats, and he's like, yo, this ain't good enough. People watched us. They got tapes on us. They're preparing for us. We got to be better. By the way, we can't be having a different offensive coordinator every damn year and thinking that it's going to be all right. Oh, by the way, Jalen Hurts is a stud. Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. But at times, he ain't the greatest thrower in the world. How do we know this? Because Nick Sirianni and whatever offensive coordinator he has, whereas Jalen Hurts makes some sensational throws, Other times, not so much. So you see them willing to run the football or willing to play the safe route, not having him throw the ball in the zone coverage or tight windows because they don't have the faith in him that you may have in other quarterbacks. Well, who does that hurt? That hurts the wide receiver you paying $32 million to make some plays for you because he can't throw the ball to himself. When they played against the Los Angeles Rams during the regular season, A.J. Brown damn near single-handedly won that game for them. He said, I'm a man amongst boys. Give me the damn ball and watch me do it for you. And he did it. He showed that he's capable of it time and time and time again. His frustration has gotten the better of him. We understand that. You can't be pouting. You can't be in a situation where you're not going all out on certain plays as we saw him do as the season waned, or particularly in their playoff game. I get that part. But the frustration emanates from the fact that he knows what he can do. He knows what he has done, and he knows that he deserves the opportunities to continue to do it for the franchise that he's representing. And they did not prioritize that. A.J. Brown, say what you will, the brother has told the truth. He didn't lie about what he was pointing out about the Philadelphia Eagles. And had they listened a little bit more, maybe they would have had better results. We at least need to give him that grace because, my goodness, what else is he supposed to do as a wide receiver? Just sit idly by and take it? Nah, not when you get in the bag. When you get in the bag, that comes with expectations. And if expectations aren't met, they're going to look at him. And he's saying, yo, this is what's happening. He got tired of taking it. And he was right, period.
So is there a way, if he's this talented, which I don't disagree with you at all, where Philadelphia can find a way to get everyone back on the same page?
No,
The ship has already sailed?
Man, ship. And that brother is already, he's just trying to figure out where the moving company is taking his stuff. I don't know what you think.
That's right.
It is there. The biggest issue, like Stephen A. is saying, is there has been some nucleus. I don't really think that Jalen Hurts can't throw the football over the middle like people are anticipating. First, let me say this. Philadelphia Eagles fans are so quick to jump in the comments, DM you, tell you have no idea what you're talking about or I'm always told over my 16-year career, that's why I don't have a Super Bowl. Well, you ringless and I'm ringless, except I got the bag and you are watching me. So whatever. But the most part of understanding is Jalen Hurts is very risk averse. He does not want to make a mistake. Jalen Hurts is very well like Dak Prescott, where he acts like he's not listening to the outside, but that brother is keen on everything that is said about him.
Totally true.
And he pays attention. The problem is, I agree with Stephen A., is they've had way too many offensive coordinators. They're trying to find the right person. But I truly believe this is happening. With the Philadelphia Eagles acquiring Wicks, the Philadelphia Eagles drafting Mekhi Lemon. What did Mekhi Lemon win in college?
I believe he's one of the top receivers in the country.
Okay. Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper. What did he win?
That's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Okay. So this is what they're saying. We're going to put everything available to you to make sure we have this assessment. Because let's be honest, Nick Sirianni's on the hot seat. And with Nick Sirianni being on the hot seat, at some point, if it's not Nick Sirianni is the problem, who do you think they're going to go to? Because they got rid of A.J. Brown. You're running out of people to fall on the sword. And let me tell you, in the sports world, man, they will throw you under the bus, back it up, roll you over, and hit and run so fast, it's not even funny. It's criminal.
Well, I will say this, Steve. One of the things that Nick Sirianni has a couple of things in his favor. Okay. Number one, he is a Super Bowl champion as a head coach. Yeah. Just 2 years ago. So we can't forget that. The man's a champion. The other thing is that he's lost offensive coordinators because they won. On not one but two occasions, cats have departed from him because they've won and they got head coaching jobs. Mm-hmm. The problem is that who do you hire as the replacement? They come in from the outside, they're relative novices, and you're throwing them into the fire to call plays and what have you. And then you can't seem to make up your mind whether they should call the plays at one point or whether you should call the plays at one point. stuff like that. That certainly has worked against Nick Sirianni. There's no doubt about that. But ultimately, what it comes down to a Hurts and it comes down to an A.J. Brown. Wide receiver is always going to lose against a good quarterback who is extremely well liked and respected because of how they comport themselves. You know that just as well as I do, Steve. That's just the way that it goes. Yeah. And Jalen Hurts is one of those people, cool as the other side is the pillow, as the late great Stuart Scott used to say. You know, that's who he is. Very composed, doesn't get rattled, doesn't react to the noise by trolls and other people and stuff like that. That goes a long way when you look at leadership from the quarterback position. A.J. Brown knows this, which is why he wants out. Probably wants to go back to New England with Vrabel, who coached him in Tennessee, and all of this other stuff. And obviously, May, being the quarterback that he is, you might have some faith in him. But what I said, Steve, for the record in the past before you got here was this, and I'll tell you the same thing, Joe. I've said this. At some point in time, we're going to have an uncomfortable conversation. Mm-hmm. And that uncomfortable conversation is this. If you are a wide receiver that truly, truly, truly believes in your quarterback, this is not happening. This stuff is happening because even though you can respect a quarterback for what they've accomplished and that stuff, but still have your questions, your trepidation about whether or not they're that dude over the course of a 17-game season. In big moments, I think you can trust Jalen Hurts. He's a winner. But the path to it, there's too many bumps in the road in the eyes of a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we talk about that enough. If A.J. Brown was playing, like Steve, I'll throw out some names. If A.J. Brown, if it was Dan Marino, if it was Elway, if it was Manning, if it was Brady, if it was Aaron Rodgers in his prime, if you're a wide receiver playing for that caliber of quarterback, you're not having these problems. This stuff is not happening. It's happening because along the way, A.J. Brown lost a belief in Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. That, to me, is what's really, really going on.
Very well said. And even more importantly, hell of a debut here on First Take. You got enough left in the tank? You want to